Today we're going to change the oil in the Toyota Echo. I don't do this because it's cheaper, I do it because it's faster. I don't have time to drive to some oil change place and then wait around for an hour while some oil jockey changes the oil. Maybe they do it right, maybe they don't. I can do this inside of 20 minutes, so let's get started. First, you're going to need to find yourself a container to drain the old oil into. I'm going to use this one here. Been using it for a long time, works well, going to keep using it. Next, you're going to need to get your oil. Toyota Echo takes 4 quarts of oil. Here's 5 quarts right here. Yeah, I know it's cheap oil. I change the oil on this thing a lot. By the way, car's got over 150,000 miles on it. My other one's got 160,000 miles on it. When you're driving a car with that many miles on it, tell me all about the kind of oil you buy. Here's the oil filter for the Toyota Echo. It's a 4967. The first 2 initials don't really matter. I always use Fram. That's what I'm going to stick with. You've got 1 bolt to remove in this process, and you're going to need yourself a 14mm socket to remove it. And you're going to see that bolt here in just a couple seconds. But the first thing I always do is go ahead and undo the oil cap here on the top of the engine. In case you don't know where it is, it's this thing right here. So let's go ahead and get this off. Get started. Underneath the front of the Toyota Echo is your oil pan. And there's that little bolt I was telling you all about. 14mm socket will fit right on there. But before we go any further, I'll go ahead and show you where the oil filter is located on this thing. So let's go ahead and kind of shift the camera around here real quick and move it right over here, right in front of that oil pan. There's where your oil filter is. It just unscrews counterclockwise. Pretty simple. Kind of hard to grip a little bit on this vehicle just because the way they got it wedged in there. Not a big deal. You'll be able to handle it. Trust me. There's our little bolt we're going to undo. I already loosened it with that 14mm socket, so let's go ahead and unscrew it the rest of the way by hand. Unscrew it. I got that drain pan in place, and as soon as you get it to a certain point, yep, the oil is going to start draining right out. And now you're just going to let that sit for a while. Let it all drain out of there. You got other things to do. Drip, drip, drip. Once you get it to this point here, it's done draining. Go ahead and wipe off the excess and put that bolt back in. Just get it to a certain, hand torque. Don't go cranking it in there and breaking the threads on your oil pan. You should be able to see that I went ahead and put that bolt back in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and unscrew that oil filter. As you can see, I like to kind of move the drain pan underneath it so that when the oil filter falls loose, it falls right into the top of that drain pan. And I get to make a little bit of a mess here. I should have some newspaper down, but I don't. There you go. Oil filter has fallen loose and it's kind of just sitting there on that screen on top of that drain pan. Perfect. Let's go get the new one. New oil filter's ready to go. I always take a little new oil, and smear it around the gasket there to kind of prime it and get it ready so it seats into place nicely. A little pro tip for you. Okay, let's take our new oil filter, slide it back up in there, and screw it back into place. As you can see, I didn't make as big of a mess as you thought I did. Anyhow, when you're putting that new oil filter on there, go ahead and, make it hand tight. Do not use any tools or any wrenches or anything like that to tighten that up. It just needs to be hand tight. That's all you need to do. I mean, give it a good twist, good solid twist, but no extra tools. Just hand tight, and it should be good to go. Okay, now, I hope you can see this. The new oil filter's in place, so that's good to go. And let's go ahead and take a quick double check over here on the oil pan itself. Yeah, that bolt's in place, good and tight. Let's put the oil in. I use a funnel because I'm in a hurry, first of all, and second of all, well, it's a heck of a lot easier. Now, I would take the time to go ahead and show you guys exactly how to pour the oil down inside the funnel so that it goes inside the engine, but if you need a video for that, I'm sure somebody has done that on YouTube. Personally, I think you guys are a little bit smarter than that, so let's move on. Okay, the oil's all been poured into the engine, down through that funnel. As you can see, I got about a quart left, so that means I put 4 quarts in the engine. Perfect. That's all I wanted to do today. Okay, I know why you're still here. You wanted to see me put the cap back on the engine. So there we go. We'll go ahead and put the cap back on together. Everything's back in place. I do not know why you're sitting here still watching this video, because it's over and you're done and you got stuff to do. So get back to work. Okay, the video's over. Get back to work. You've got stuff to do. You don't need to be hanging around here. But before you go, hey, how about hitting that thumbs up button? Or commenting below. I'd appreciate it.